Jobsworth. Donald and Douglas often spoke of the Verroe engines who brought stones from the hills. Doug never understood until he met them on his own branch line. 3 miniature engines, Rex, Mike and Bert, worked to carry ballast from the old lead mines. Once this was their only job, but now they carry passengers as well, and sometimes deliver wool from the farms. Tourists often call their line a toy railway, but the engines want to be taken seriously. Sometimes this can cause problems. This is a story about one of those times. Bert was running behind. He had a full train of passengers expected at Alsborough West. Presently, he approached Arsdale Green. As they rounded the bend, a passenger spoke up. On the Arsdale Railway, passengers can ask engine drivers to stop at particular stations that would otherwise be passed by. These are known as request stops. Bert's driver brought the train to a halt.
Oh, come on now. We're already running behind as it is. Relax, Bert. We can be a few minutes behind.
The passengers didn't want to be a bother, but Bert's driver insisted.
Don't worry. You can get away with a bit more on the little railways.
Bert scoffed indignantly.
I can't get away with anything. I don't know what driver's on about. Rex and Mike will have my boiler if I arrive late one more time. Not to mention what Mr. Duncan will think.
Bert was proven right as soon as he arrived. Mike was in a bad temper as usual.
Late again? That's the 3rd time this week. If you can't take care to be punctual, you shouldn't be in steam.
It's not my fault, Mike. Driver stops for everyone.
Oh, leave driver out of this. You'd never see me deliver a train late.
Driver says it doesn't matter. He says we can get away with it.
Did he now? Why, just because we're a small railway, that means rules and regulations go out the window?
I suppose so.
That night, Bert thought of a plan to pay his driver out. The next day, Bert was delivering ballast to Alsborough West. The men were loading his trucks. As soon as they finished, Bert tried to start off.
Hold on. We've got to look over the train and make sure it's secure first. Oh, come on. It doesn't matter.
Bert wasn't allowed to leave until the train was inspected, but he still didn't give up on his plan.
What's the matter? Oh, nothing. Just wanted to take a moment and enjoy the scenery. We can't stop on the line for no reason. It's dangerous. No one'll know. Besides, it's a lovely day, isn't it? What's gotten into you, Bert?
Bert chuckled to himself. He passed a whistle board. Bert's driver sounded the whistle once to let everyone nearby know Bert was passing through. Bert soon had an idea. Soon he was whistling at everything, for no reason at all. His driver was annoyed but said nothing. Then Bert let out 3 short blasts. The guard at the back of the train applied the brake for an emergency stop.
Bert! Quit blowing your whistle!
Bert decided that was exactly what he'd do. Presently, the line made a steep curve around the hillside. Bert passed a whistle signal, but he didn't whistle.
It doesn't matter. We can get away with these things. We're only a toy railway after all.
Willie, the farmhand, had stopped on the line up ahead. He only meant to get up and stretch his legs for a moment, as he knew the sound of an engine's whistle would alert him to move in time. Bert, however, hadn't whistled at all. Bert rounded the corner, and before he knew what was happening, he came face to face with Willie's tractor. Nobody was hurt, but Bert had come off the rails. His driver dusted himself off.
Why didn't you whistle, Bert? I heard you talking to those passengers the other day. You said we can get away with more on the little railways. Oh, Bert, I didn't mean rules and regulations don't matter. I just meant we can spare a few minutes here and there. I didn't think you could hear me.
Willie ran to his cottage and telephoned for help. Before long, the mess was cleaned up. Rex took away the unhurt trucks, and Mike helped Bert back to the sheds.
You really didn't whistle before you came to the hill? That's the most dangerous part of the line.
I told you what driver said about getting away with breaking the rules. I was trying to pay him out.
Oh, I've had enough of all that toy railway nonsense. It's just people chatter. They never know what they're talking about. Pay them no mind.
Bert thought that if Mike could let something go that bothered him, so could he.